Have you ever wondered what happens when a deal meant to be just business turns into something more? Welcome to the world of paper marriages, where contracts are signed not for love, but for convenience, for a visa, for a new beginning. It's a transaction, a simple exchange of services. Or is it? Imagine this. A dimly lit room, the only sound is the scratch of a pen on paper. Two strangers, bound by a single document, their signatures sealing a pact that will change their lives forever. He's running from a past that haunts his every step, a past he'd do anything to leave behind. She's searching for stability in a world that's constantly shifting beneath her feet. A chance to build a future she's only ever dreamed of. Neither is looking for love. Both are just looking for a way out. They move into a small apartment, a shared space that feels more like a cage. The silence between them is heavy, thick with unasked questions and unspoken fears. They are roommates, partners in a silent agreement, but strangers in every other sense. They pass each other in the hallway like ghosts, eat meals at opposite ends of a small table, the clinking of their cutlery the only conversation. Each is an island, surrounded by the turbulent waters of their own private struggles. The city outside reigns, mirroring the quiet storm brewing within their four walls. But life has a funny way of surprising us. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, things begin to change. It starts with small gestures. A cup of coffee left on the counter in the morning. A shared, hesitant smile over a burnt dinner. A moment of genuine laughter that cuts through the tension like a ray of sunlight. The camera lingers on their faces, catching the subtle shifts in their expressions, the softening of their eyes. These are the moments that aren't in the contract. One rainy afternoon, she's struggling with a heavy box, her frustration growing. For a split second, they just look at each other. It's a tiny spark, but it's there. Another night, he's woken by nightmares, the ghosts of his past refusing to stay buried. She finds him in the living room, staring out at the city lights. She doesn't say anything, just sits with him, offering a quiet presence that says more than words ever could. Her silent support becomes his anchor. These small acts of kindness begin to build a bridge between their two separate worlds. They start talking, sharing pieces of their stories, the dreams they've had to put on hold, the fears that keep them awake at night. The awkward silence is replaced by late-night conversations, the shared apartment starting to feel less like a prison and more like a sanctuary. They discover they both love old movies. They both hate cilantro. They both have a scar on their left knee from a childhood accident. They are building a life together, piece by piece, even if they don't realize it. Of course, it's not a smooth ride. The very nature of their arrangement is a ticking time bomb. The outside world intrudes. There are skeptical immigration officers, suspicious friends, and the ever-present threat of being discovered. The pressure mounts, and cracks begin to show. A heated argument erupts in the kitchen, filmed with a shaky, handheld camera that captures the raw, chaotic energy of their fear. "This was just a deal," he yells, his voice tight with desperation. "What did you expect?" She throws back, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. The words hang in the air, sharp and painful. Is this all it is? A transaction. The fear of getting caught is terrifying, but the fear of their carefully constructed world falling apart is even worse. The lies they have to tell others start to blur with the truth they are feeling for each other. Is the hand-holding for show, or does it feel real? Is the shared smile for the benefit of an onlooker, or is it a genuine reflection of a shared private joke? They are trapped in a limbo between the life they are pretending to have and the one they are accidentally creating. Every day is a performance, and they are starting to forget where the acting ends and reality begins. Then comes the moment of truth. It's a quiet evening. The setting sun casts a warm, golden glow through the window, painting the room in soft light. They stand facing each other, the space between them charged with everything they've been through. The arguments, the laughter, the shared secrets, the silent moments of understanding. The contract is just a piece of paper lying on the table, but what stands between them is something tangible, something real and powerful. He reaches out, his fingers gently tracing the line of her jaw. She leans into his touch, her eyes closing for a brief moment. In that simple, silent gesture, everything is laid bare. The deal has been fulfilled. The paper marriage has served its purpose, but it's no longer about the contract. It's about the two people who were brought together by it. Their fake marriage has somehow, miraculously, become the most real thing in their lives. And now, they have a choice to make. Do they walk away, their debt to each other paid, and go back to being strangers? Or do they tear up the old contract and write a new one, this time not with ink and paper, but with the promises of the heart? The story ends here, leaving you, the audience, to decide. What would you do if a simple deal turned into the love of your life? What happens after the paper is no longer needed? Thank you so much for watching. If you were moved by this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the human heart. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think they should do next?